Well, we're revisiting Steve's railroad.
Oh.
It's up. It was up in his attic. It's
was.
still up in his. He had to remodel the entire attic to hold this. We used to all go up there. That's Mike Niederhauser over there, and Don Hendrickson over here sitting on the bench work there. And we'd go there on Sunday mornings, every Sunday morning, and Steve would work on the railroad, and then Al was also building the railroad. It was mostly the creation of the two of them, but principally Steve. This is Steve.
Right.
And it was his house and his railroad, and he just kept working on it and working on it and working on it. For the most part, it's all scratch built. The locomotives are kind of just off the shelf, but the structures, bridges, scenery, most of the rolling stock, all scratch built.
Isn't that amazing?
It's just it boggles the mind when you think about it. And a lot of that stuff was built by Al, and a lot of that stuff was built by Steve. But look at this mine complex.
Oh, I know. The first time I saw it, I was just blown away.
This mine complex stretched all the way from the benchwork at about 4 feet all the way up into the ceiling. So it was more than 4 feat tall. And then it went below the benchwork. It had a complete working underground as well.
Yes.
These are Al's vinegar cars. He went off on a whole tangent making vinegar and pickle cars.
Oh my goodness.
And then he built this neat camera car.
I thought that was neat.
And so that we could feel like we were riding the trains.
Yes.
And that was a whole lot of fun. All the creations of Al. But look at this. Doesn't it feel like we're riding the Durango Silverton or the Cumbres Toltec, something like that?
Yes.
Just spectacular. Anyway, Steve kept working on the railroad. Unfortunately, Al passed away.
Right.
And Steve kept working on the railroad until it arrived at this point here, where every single square inch of available space was completely jam-packed with railroad, all the way up on top of the ceiling beams and everything.
Right.
And then one day he said, I'm tearing it all apart.
Oh my gosh.
Because he said, there's no place to expand it. The fun is over if I can't keep expanding it, so I'm just going to tear it apart and build a new railroad.
Well, there you go.
So for the next year or so, he was tearing it all apart and turned a lot of these sections into dioramas. And then sections like this, he just put up for sale for anybody that had an O-scale railroad. They could just come in and buy structures and sections. The other sections becoming dioramas like this.
Yes, those are really cool.
We have one of those.
We do, yes.
We have one of the better ones, the High Street diorama. But look at this one, this wharf area that used to live up on top of one of the roof beams. You could hardly see this because it was the bottom of this was 8 feet off the floor.
Oh yeah, you needed a ladder.
And now it's a beautiful diorama, so you can really appreciate it, but it's not a railroad anymore.
Right, but I love the water. I mean, I could almost smell it. I can.
Yeah, it's got just the right amount of pond scum and moss.
Exactly. I mean, I want to touch it. I think it's wet.
Yeah. One of the guys who's been buying a lot of this, Carl Spencer, has a 3-rail. O-scale railroad.
Oh, look at that.
And so Steve is actually repurposing this stuff, which involves changing a lot of the heights and everything because it was ON3 and ON30, and now it's 3-rail standard gauge. This is a chemical plant, and Steve's putting that together for Carl, and Carl's just going to drop this whole thing right on his layout.
Wow, that is so neat.
Is that the coolest thing?
Oh, man.
This was a beautiful structure. This was down on the lower level and served by an ON3 track. And so a lot of this has been expanded and modified to fit the standard gauge. All of the loading dock heights have been changed. Widths had to be changed. A lot of changes to turn something from ON3 into O standard 3-rail.
Building that you took the pictures of a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna buy this.
Check out the boiler here.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Steve has built so many of these boilers, and they were in various places around the railroad. Well, for the chemical plant, he decided that Carl needed a boiler to go with his chemical plant. So this entire little boiler house has been added to the chemical plant, complete with another scratch-built boiler. Look at the fire doors.
The detail is like, what? Oh my.
Steve makes the best boilers.
Oh, he does. Well, all of his stuff is quality. I mean, even up close, look at that.
Is that just amazing or what? Now, of course, a boiler has to have a stack.
It does.
You have to vent the boiler somehow. So Steve put this vent to one of Al's scratch-built smokestacks.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the whole thing's just amazing. Carl has scored a wonderful thing here.
Oh, no kidding.
That'll look really great on Carl's railroad. We should get over to Carl's some point
see how it looks.
and see his railroad. And there are a few parts of the original railroad still just kind of here with the ON3 track installed. Mm-hmm. And Steve is always looking for buyers for this stuff.
Right.
So local buyers in the Salt Lake City area.
Right.
Because it's just too fragile to try to ship. Anyway, fond memories of this great railroad.
Right.
That we used to have so much fun with. And fortunately, we do have a lot of video.
We do.
As always. And so we've actually got a playlist here on the channel just of videos of the bygone railroad. Anyway, if you're not a subscriber or better yet, a member, head on over to the channel by clicking on the blue button.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring, and we will see you here on Sunday. We'll see ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.